Simplifying fractions. Many fractions look different but have the same value. For example, 8/16. Well, 8 is half of 16, so that fraction is actually the same value as a half. Now let's take 4/12. You don't need any special weapons or robots or anything to find the simplest form of a fraction. All you need is the GCF. And the greatest common factor of 4/12 is 4. Divide the 4 and the 12 by 4 and you get 1/3. 4/12 is a third. Here's 2/10. I know 2/10 is not in simplest form because they're both even numbers. And in this case, their GCF is 2. So we divide both the 2 and the 10 by 2. And we get the fraction is 1/5. 2/10 is 1/5. Alright, so you don't need fancy weapons or anything to simplify fractions. All you need is the greatest common factor. And to find the greatest common factor, one way is to find the prime factorization of the numerator and the denominator. The prime factorization of 12 is going to be 2 times 2 times 3. The prime factorization of 42 is 2 times 3 times 7. Now to find the GCF, you find those common prime factors that they both share. In this case, it's going to be a 3 and a 2. They share 3 and 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. So the greatest common factor is 6. Once you have the greatest common factor, all you need to do is divide the numerator and denominator by 6 to get the simplified fraction, which is 2/7. Alright, here we have the fraction 8/40. I can tell right away I'm going to need to simplify it because they're both even numbers. To find the GCF, I find the prime factorization of 8, which is going to be 2 times 2 times 2. The prime factorization of 40 is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. Now looking at both factor trees, I can see that they both share a 2 and another 2 and another 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. The greatest common factor for 8 and 40 is 8. 8 goes into 8 one time, 8 goes into 40 5 times. So 8/40 is the same as 1/5. Now, when you get really good at simplifying fractions, you're going to recognize the GCFs right away. And with my practice, I see that the GCF for this one is 10. It's the largest number that's going to go into 30 and into 100. So another way of writing it instead of division is as multiplication. 30 is the same as 3 times 10, and 10 times 10 is the same as 100. When you write it this way, you can cancel out the common factor that's in the numerator and the denominator, leaving 30/100ths being the same as 3/10. Alright, so I have 24/60. And the reality is some people want to be lazy and not find the GCF first. So they say, well, these are both even, so I'm going to divide the numerator and denominator by 2. Then 24/60 is the same as 12 out of 30, but it's not in simplest form. They're both even numbers. So 12 and 30 are both divided by 2, and that gets you 6/15. And it's still not simplified. 15 is not even, but both 6 and 15 share a common factor of 3 that we need to divide by. All of this work is to change 24/60 into 2/5. It might have been a whole lot easier to just find the GCF in the first place.